my brother and his friends, you know, just fooling around, was singing. My brother knew how to sing. My cousin Eddie at the time knew how to sing. And they were the only ones with a guy named Johnny Chico who sang. And there were about 7 guys altogether. But they didn't know how to sing, you know. So my brother said to me, you know, Randy, you got to come in and we got to do it right, you know. These other guys don't know how to sing. If you come down and we do it, we could start a group. So I was only 12 at the time. So we started singing and everything fit in. My cousin Eddie, my brother, myself, and this guy Johnny Chico who did the leads. And it was about a year or 2 we were going, you know, singing in the clubhouses and all of that stuff. And what happened was Johnny joined the Army. So he left. Now, there was a girl group out at the time in Brooklyn, the Medallions, they called themselves. And this girl, Rosalie Caliendo, was the lead singer of that group. They were breaking up, and they were doing their last show this night at the Settlement House in Brooklyn on Jackson Street. And we went down there to talk to her, to see, you know, to tell her, would you like to join the group? She turns around and she says, if it sounds good, I'm in. So after they finished singing, we got together and we were at her house 2 days later, and we just started singing. But we were doing stuff like When I Fall in Love, Why Don't You Write Me, all stuff like that, Pennies from Heaven. And it was beautiful. I mean, it gelled right away. So what we did, we were calling ourselves the Dial Tones, and my sister had given us that name. So we were with a gentleman, a manager at the time, who was Nick Quezzato. And another, Joe DeAngelis, wrote Till I Heard It From You. We wrote Johnny with Rosalie Caliendo, who was the lead singer of our group then. And we formed the Dial Tones. We went up to George Goldner, who of course was End Records, Gone Records. He had, you know, Little Anthony, Frankie Lyman, you name it, he had it. And he was the biggest thing at the time. He fell in love with the Dial Tones. And I guess I was young, just turning 12, you know. He loved it. He says, this reminds me of Frankie Lyman, you know. So with this, we went, we sang Till I Heard It From You and Johnny. He flipped over the group. He says, I want you, we're recording. We went into the studio. The night we were in the studio, I'll never forget it. The Flamingos were doing I Was Such a Fool. And Little Anthony was doing Please Say You Want Me To. And we were doing Till I Heard It From You and Johnny.